Okay, and it's time to work on secondary dominants. So now, first of all, we need to know what is a secondary dominant. Well, let's pretend we're playing along in the key of G, and we've got this key of G, but then all of a sudden we get an A7 chord. Do what? A7 doesn't belong in the key of G. It's got a C sharp in it, and G does not. And we find that it goes to a D chord. Well, it's like that A7 was acting as a dominant to the D chord, a 5-7 of D going to D. But we're in the key of G, and that's a 5 chord. So we could rename this A7, which is going to D, the 5-7 of 5. Okay, so it's a dominant chord in the key of the chord that we're going to. 5-7 of 5, dominant 7th, going to D, which is a 5 in our key, and we're back to okay, so that's how they work. So, how are you going to do this quiz? Well, I think the best thing to do is to memorize the most common ones and then come up with a system that you can follow to find the others. We'll be drilling the 5-7 of 4, the 5-7 of 5, the 5-7 of 2, the 5-7 of 6, and the 5-7 of 3. The two that we're going to start with are the 5-7 of 4 and the 5-7 of 5. Now here's how you can do this by thinking about the chords that you're going to. So we have a C major chord, C major scale. We want a 5-7 of 4. Well, one way to do that is to find the 4 chord. There's my 4 chord. It's an F major. And now I need to think of what is the dominant of F major. Well, it's real easy to do because you're playing it. The 5th note, the 5th of that triad, is the 5th note that could be the dominant 7th. So a C7 is the dominant 7th to F. So the 5-7 of 4 in the key of C is C7. Let's try another one. E major. We want the 5-7 of 4. 5-7 of 4, we need to find the 4th note, play a triad. The 5th of that triad is E, so E. Oh, wait a minute, do you see the pattern? A7, 5-7 of 4, there's my 4th note. The 5th is A, yep. Here's my pattern. I can memorize this. The 5-7 of 4 is the tonic dominant 7th chord. Right? I could even just say the 1-7, not major 7, just 1-7. So in C, the 5-7 of 4 is the 1-7. In G, the 5-7 of 4 is the 1-7. In E, the 5-7 of 4 is the 1-7. And in fact, in D minor, the 5-7 of 4 is the 1-7. In A minor, the 5-7 of 4 is the 1-7. 5-7 of 4 equals the 1-7, the dominant 7th built on the tonic. All right. Well, let's figure out 5-7 of 5. So I'm in C major. My 5 chord is a G major chord. The 5th is a D. So the D7 is my 5-7 of 5. It's built on the 2nd note of the scale. Let's try F. F, 5-7 of 5. My 5 chord that I'm going to is a C chord. The 5th is G. So my 5-7 of 5 is a G7. That happens to be the 2nd note of the scale. How about E? 5 chord is B major. The 5th of B major is F sharp 7. How about that? 2nd note of the scale. So we can make another pattern recognition moment. 5-7 of 5 equals the supertonic dominant 7th. Or 2-7. That's a capital 2 with a 7. Not a flat 2-7 and not a minor 2-7. The 2nd note of the scale, dominant 7th. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to practice. We've got some cards with major keys, some cards with minor keys. And I have the Instruments of Fate right here. And we're just going to say that red cards are 5, 7 of 4, black cards are 5, 7 of 5. So C major, red 5, 7 of 4. 5, 7 of 4 is the tonic 7 or 1, 7. That is the 5, 7 of 4 in the key of C major. F major, and we want the, again, 5, 7 of 4. That's the tonic dominant 7th. A7, we want the 5, 7 of 4. That's the 1, 7. So the A dominant 7th chord. D, we want the joker. We want the 5, 7 of 5. We've memorized this. 5, 7 of 5 is the 2, 7, the supertonic. So in D major, the second note of the scale is E. And there is my 5, 7 of 5. It is an E dominant 7th chord. B flat, we want the 5, 7 of 5. We've memorized 5, 7 of 5 is the 2, 7. B flat major, the second note of the scale is C. C7 is our 5, 7 of 5. G, we want a 5, 7 of 4. We've memorized 5, 7 of 4 is the 1, 7. Not so hard. E flat, we want the 5, 7 of 5. We've memorized 5, 7 of 5 equals the 2, 7. In E flat, the second note of the scale is F. F dominant 7, and we have our 5, 7 of 5. All right, now we have minor keys. Minor keys. Really doesn't make much difference. The 5, 7 of 4 is still the tonic dominant 7th. Okay, as long as you play a dominant 7th, you're playing the 5, 7 of 4. In E minor, let's do the 5, 7 of 4. We've memorized that. That's the 1, 7. So just an E7 chord. In A minor, we want the 5, 7 of 5. We've memorized that to be the 2, 7 chord. So the second note of A minor is B. B dominant 7th is our 5, 7 of 5. B minor, we want the 5, 7 of 5. 5, 7 of 5 is the 2 dominant 7th. So we need to go to the second note of the scale, in this case C sharp, and that is our 5, 7 of 5 in the key of B minor. In G minor, we want the 5, 7 of 4. We've memorized that as the tonic 7 or the 1, 7. So just play a G7 chord and G Gester. F minor, we want the 5, 7 of 4. We've memorized that. That's the 1, 7. Awesome. And the last one, D minor. Oh, it's not the last one. D minor, 5, 7 of 4. Memorize that. It's the 1, 7. Then E minor, we want the 5, 7 of 5. 5, 7 of 5 is the supertonic dominant 7th. 1, 2. Second note of the scale is F sharp. That is the 5, 7 of 5 in E minor. F sharp minor, we want the 5, 7 of 4. That is just the tonic dominant 7th chord, F sharp 7, and that gets it. So for those two, which are by far the most common secondary dominants you will run across, it's easiest to just memorize 5, 7 of 4 equals the tonic dominant 7th, or the 1, 7, and 5, 7 of 5 equals the supertonic dominant 7th, or the 2, 7. All right, come back and we'll go over 5, 7 of 6 and 5, 7 of 2. See you then.